It's no secret that life is more expensive these days. Inflation and other factors have caused costs to go up in almost all areas of life. I pay more for groceries now, my childcare costs more, everything has risen over the last few years. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the ways that I plan to save money this year, and maybe it will inspire you to do the same. If you're new here, my name is Mary, and this is Pennies Not Perfection, where we talk about managing our money without being perfect and letting go of past mistakes to build a better financial future. Personally, I have some really big financial goals this year, so saving money is very important to me. So let's talk about the 7 different ways that I plan to save more money. The first is to shop around for insurances. This mainly applies to car insurance, but it also will apply this year for me to home insurance and everything else. Car insurance specifically is one that I always shop around for every single year because rates do not get better the longer you stay with a company. In fact, the car insurance company that I was using decided to double my rate this past renewal. That wasn't the right choice for me and my family, so I shopped around and I found the original rate $700, which is much cheaper than paying $1,400 every 6 months. I just did this recently, so it's on the top of my mind, and the fact that I'm starting off the year by saving $700 for my 6-month car insurance, which means I'm saving $1,400 total for the year, is a really big deal and definitely setting me up on the right track to save money this year. If you don't shop around for your car insurance, I highly recommend you do that every 6 months to a year and a half. Make sure that you're checking rates and seeing if you can get a better offer somewhere else. You don't need to go down in what you're getting for insurance, but you do need to make sure that you're getting the best rate. Unfortunately, with insurance, it's often better to hop between companies over time to get the best rate rather than just trying to stay loyal to one company. If you want to shop around for your insurance, you can go to individual companies' websites and get a quote from them, or you can use a broker or there's sites like Zebra that you can use to check out different policies and see what options you have available. This video is not sponsored by the Zebra. I just used them last time that I was shopping around for car insurance, and it was nice to have everything in one spot and do a one-stop comparison. So if you need a tool like that, you can always use that or a broker, or just go to each company individually and get quotes from them. This is definitely something that's worth doing and devoting a couple of hours to so that you can save $1,400 for the year. Definitely worth the effort. The second thing I will be doing this year to save money is meal prepping on a weekly basis. I used to meal prep every single week, and I was really good about making a meal plan, prepping my foods, getting everything ready for the week so that I had food to take to work so I wouldn't buy lunches out, and somehow over time, adding other children to my family, having a much busier schedule, that fell by the wayside. So we spend a lot more in groceries because we don't have a really regular plan, and I don't meal prep anymore. I know that meal prepping makes me save money, so I will be doing that on a weekly basis this year. I will go through the inventory of what we have on hand. I will make our grocery list. I will go get our groceries ordered or go in and buy them myself. I do a lot of pickup orders, so I don't always go into stores, but I will get our groceries and actually devote some time every single week to meal prep. This is especially important for lunches because we have a tendency to do our dinners and be really regular with that, but breakfast and lunch, we don't always plan, so that ends up being something that is bought out. We just do something quick, or my husband goes out to eat, or I go out to eat, and it's just something that we don't need to do if we had a meal plan in place and things were prepped and ready to just grab and go. So that's what I'm going to be doing this year to save money. I know that this will save us a lot, both on the meals that we buy out at restaurants and how much we're spending in groceries, because I know nothing will be wasted if I have a plan in place and I actually use everything at the beginning of the week instead of waiting to the end and then letting things just die in the fridge, which sometimes they do. The next thing I'm going to do to save money is similar, and it is be consistent with my money routines. Money routines are things like budgeting, tracking your spending, checking in on your accounts, just following up with the things on a weekly or monthly basis that let you stay in touch with your finances and stay on track with your goals. So I want to make sure that every single week I am checking in with my budget, I am adjusting, I am tracking my spending, I'm updating my sinking funds tracker. These are all things that are really important to keeping me aware of my money and on track so that I'm able to save more. If you don't know what's going on with your money, you can't really save anything because you just don't know where your money's going. In order to save money, you have to actually understand where your money's going and have a plan for it and then follow that plan. So one of the things I'm going to be doing in 2025 is actually sitting down on a weekly basis at the same time, hopefully, and then going over my money, checking in with my budget, doing all of my tracking of my spending, updating my sinking funds tracker, and just generally checking in and making sure that I am saving money and I am planning for where my money needs to go, because otherwise it just will leak out of my bank account. So staying on top of my budgeting and money routines will help me have consistency and accountability that will allow me to save money this year. The next thing that I will be doing to save money this year is continuing to use cashback apps and savings apps. These are things that I have on my phone that help me save money every single time I spend, and they give me cash back for things I'm already doing. There are a lot of apps out there and I don't use them all because I like the easy ones. A few of my favorites are Fetch Rewards, because all you have to do is scan your receipts. You don't have to do anything else, and they give you points that you can then redeem for gift cards or cash into your bank account. Super easy, you just snap a picture. I also like Upside as well. It's super easy because I'm already purchasing gas for my car to drive around, and all I have to do is open up Upside, click the place I'm going, and then once I make my purchase, I get cash back on my gas. It's literally the super easy way to get cash back when you're spending at gas stations. I love Upside. I talk about it all the time. I will leave my referral to Upside in the description box, but if you're not using it, it can actually give you real cash back when you're making those purchases. Super easy. And then I also like Rakuten, because if I'm shopping online, I can just hit the button for Rakuten, and then I can get anywhere from like 1 to 10% cash back on my purchases. It doesn't always add up to be a lot, but over time, if I'm doing a lot of shopping, especially around Christmas, that amount can really add up, and I get one of those big cashback checks, and it's always super exciting to get that money. So I'm going to keep using those. I'm going to try out some new ones and see if I can find any more easy apps to use that I can just toss on top of what I'm already doing and not take a lot of extra time or effort, but still get a little bit of rewards, because that can add up for me to be hundreds of dollars per year, and why not get that money? The next thing I'm going to be doing to save money this year is buy nothing groups and swaps. I'm not doing a buy nothing year, but I am trying to be more conscious and intentional about my spending this year, and that means not always buying new things every time we need something. I'm going to utilize some of the buy nothing Facebook groups and also my friend hand-me-down groups, because I found that especially for kids stuff, buying new things is not always the best option for us. My kids are rough on clothes, so buying new things and having them destroy them immediately hurts me internally, and it's really easy to actually create a little group with your friends if they have kids too, where you can swap hand-me-downs if you have the right age and kids, of course. And it's worked out really well for me because one person gives us clothes, then we give clothes to someone else, and they give clothes to someone else, and it's literally just this like chain of hand-me-downs. And of course everything doesn't get passed down, but enough does that I barely buy clothes for certain seasons. I'm going to keep utilizing these hand-me-down swaps and find ways to implement this in other areas of my life. So anytime I can find someone where we can swap something, or I can get something for free and then give things for free as well, the more of that I can implement in my life, the more money I'm going to save and the less purchases I'm going to make. So it's going to add up to be a really significant number. This is something I really want to lean heavily into in the new year, so that I not only save money, but I also reduce my reliance on things like Amazon, where I'm constantly going to Amazon anytime I need something and just hitting buy and making sure that it comes in the next few days. And if I can get it used instead of buying it new, I'm going to go for that option. You can implement this in your own life. If you have something that you're needing, you can find a group of friends that you can maybe borrow and exchange things with, or you can go to the Buy Nothing Facebook groups. There's one for every city. In my city, we have them for every suburb and different area of the city. So there's lots of these groups now, and it's a really popular thing. Some of them are sometimes a little bit weird with what they're offering and seeking out, but when you can get in and you can get things you need, it's a really great resource to save money. Another thing I plan to do this year is to stock up on things when they are on sale. This is something I kind of started doing last year, but I cleared out basically one cabinet where if something was on sale for my like personal care needs, I would just buy it. So I always had maybe 1 or 2 things stocked up, and having a stockpile of things that I did not pay full price on was a game changer. It was so exciting to run out of something, go to my little cabinet and pick it out and know that I did not pay full price, but when I looked online, it was full price right at that moment. If you can stock up on things when they are on sale, if there's a really good sale especially, you are going to save so much money. And I know I saved hundreds of dollars doing this last year, especially with skincare items, because I bought them when they were on sale, not when I ran out. I will say this only applies if you are not over consuming and you only have specific items that you're doing it with. I wouldn't do this if I wasn't sure of a product, but the things that I use every single day over time, and I've known for years this is like the product I use, those are things that I'm going to buy when they're on sale so that I have them and I don't pay full price. You can do this with any number of things. It's really worked for me well with skincare, but you can also do it with household household essentials, or if there's like certain drinks you buy and consume all the time, anything that you're constantly consuming, if you can buy it when it's on sale and stock up, this could save you a ton of money. And the final thing that I plan to do this year to save more money is actually invest more of my income. So my plan for 2025 is to invest more of my income, which means I have less money that I could spend, so that will save me money. And also I plan to invest it so it should grow and make me more money. Overall, this will increase my net worth and I will be in a much better place financially because instead of spending that money, I've saved it and then I invested it. I'm already off to a decent start this year. I've put $1,000 into my Roth IRA in the very beginning of the year for January, and I'm very happy with that start. And I hope to put even more into that account and other investment accounts so that my income is not all being spent on our living expenses, but instead being invested so that I'm able to have money when I need it in the future. So investing more so I have less to spend right now is a win-win and hopefully will pay off in the future. I would love to hear how you are saving money and what you're doing to have more money in your bank accounts and your savings right now this year, even though expenses are high and cost of living is tough. Let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next video.